Rum Explorers, I'm Nia, I'm a rum enthusiast, and it is rum time. So today we're continuing with this amazing rum series from Haiti that I've been doing. The next bottle I'm super excited for because I've already heard so much hype even before I found all these bottles. This one is going to be the Clairin Casimir. It's aged for 23 months. So compared to everything that we've seen thus far, everything else has been unaged except for this. This is aged in rum casks for 23 months. I'm very excited. There's a little rumor going around that apparently the CA in the beginning of the cask number is from Coroni, which is a distillery in Trinidad and Tobago. So that's super interesting. So this one says it was distilled in December of 2018 and bottled in November of 2020. Called the fourth launch of the Casimir. So there's 3 other versions of this one before. This does say that it's basically an homage to the aficionados of Clairin, the spirit of Haiti, and it's bottled at cask strength. So let's go ahead and open up this bad boy. Mini pop. Well, it's very interesting that I read while I was researching about the bottle and the company, as I always do, is that they're starting to call Casimir and all these Clairin bottles kind of like the mezcal of the rum world. I guess because they're also different and funky and they are so particular to the different regions in Haiti. I know Babarcourt is a great Haitian rum. I'll put that card up above. I did review that with my friend Edner, who takes my photos. If you see any of my professional photos, he's done all my photos. I'll also put his link down below. Amazing photographer, great to work with. So watch that review if you're interested. That bottle was very smooth. I think it would be a great mixing rum, but not so much neat because it's kind of bland to me. He absolutely loved it, but it was not treasure chest approved at the time. Anyway, so let's go to the review. I am going to bring out, as I have been bringing out, the Agricole, which is number 1. For this one specific, I'm expecting a little bit of some cask notes. So I'm going to bring out number 5, which is cask age, and we'll see if I can compare that to this. Okay, so when I first opened this up and poured a little bit in there, I was getting a very chemically smell. And by chemically, I mean like fusel oil or nail polish. Those are, again, my notes that I perceived. You might perceive something else, so if you have tried this, let me know what your notes were in the comments down below. But as it progressed, as I was making my notes, as you know, in my journal, it started to sweeten up, and actually now that I let it rest a little and I agitate it in my glass, it smells more like cask. And by the way, this is supposed to be a rum agricole. It has absolutely, to me, no notes of rum agricole. I'm getting fusel oil, nail polish remover. I'm getting the cask notes, very heavy cask notes. And I did take a quick sip. It is extremely hot on the tongue, and I did get a lingering long burn. But it finishes very smooth and kind of sweet, like dry fruits or raisins. And it does mellow out at the end. But I was very surprised to have this heat because this is also 48.6%. And I was not expecting that heat to come from a rum that's pretty standard. Now, bottled at cask strength, so I'm assuming that's where the heat is coming from. As far as the rum journal type, this is going to be an agricole. As far as Gargan or rum type classification, this is going to be a pure single agricole. And then as far as the Royal Rum Society's tasting code, I gave this between 1 and 9 dry to sweet. I gave this a 5. This is actually a little bit on the medium side. It's not too dry and not too sweet, but you do end up with those very sweet dry fruit notes, which I thought was very interesting. As far as bland to flavorful, I gave it an F. because it does transform as it's going through your palate. And now I know why everybody's been hyping up this rum. It's absolutely very impressive, the amount of flavors and basically the experience you have with this rum. Then from harsh to smooth, I gave it a high, let it rest for 7 minutes, and I did bring it down to medium after that. So as far as the Royal Rum Society's tasting code, this is gonna be a 5FH. The other interesting note is that the company that's actually importing these rums are La Maison Envellier, and they actually traveled. It's a group of gentlemen that has this huge conglomerate of spirits that traveled down there and fell in love with these local producers, and that's why they wanted to bring it to the world, because they're so unique. And I can see how this rum is going to definitely be one of my favorites in my collection. Now, is it treasure chest approved? I think I'm gonna say no for now, but I do want to revisit this maybe later this week. Between this one and the vanilla, as you all know, I'm a huge fan of vanilla, so I hate to part with that the Clement Extra Vanilla Intense, but this is so incredible. This is so unique. It is a rum agricole. You do get that heat, but you also get that sweetness from it being an actual rum as well. And I think the aging also is letting those notes from the cask pull through and bring that sweetness at the end, which is very, very impressive. I honestly, thus far, absolutely love these rums. This has now moved into the first spot versus the Rocher one, even though that one's spectacular, but it's more of a traditional rum agricole. If you like more cask notes in your rums, and you do want to try and dip your toes into rum agricoles, I highly suggest this one, because it does kind of feel like a rum agricole but with heavier cask notes, which is very interesting. I'm gonna have to take another sip to compare, because this is very impressive. Now, this has been sitting here for quite a while, and like I said, when I first opened it up and I put a little bit, it was very, very chemically, and not in a bad sense, like kind of in the sense of, I guess, the heat that's coming off of the alcohol. Like the alcohol is like still dispersing in the glass, and as it keeps on mellowing out or oxidizing, I feel like it's changing. It's changing, because right now I'm getting different notes. Just a little while ago, it was smelling like full cask. So now that we've let this rest, let's check to see if it's matching the aromas from the Rum Aroma training kit. So I'm going to start with the agricole. No, it's not. So this does not match the aroma kit, which is number 1, agricole. And now let's see cask gauge. Wow, that's really close. I'm gonna dip a little bit more because it seems like to have weakened out. This is kind of stressing me out. I wonder if these aromas are going bad, or if they go bad. I'm gonna have to do some research, because I don't know if anybody knows this, but I paid $250 for this aroma kit, which is quite pricey. But because I think it's so important to train your nose and the different aromas, I was like, okay, I think it's gonna be a good investment. But none of these aromas are going bad, which is crazy. They're all like oil based, so we'll see. Kind of disappointing. Wow. The cask gauge is very, very weak, but I can definitely detect some notes in there. It's definitely stronger in the rum versus on the aroma. So I'm gonna say it does match. If you have hung on until the end of this video. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching. Now here's a surprise since you stuck around. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, cause I am giving this bottle away. So make sure you subscribe. This will be only for my subscribers. This is a brand new bottle of Casimir Clairin. Same thing, the Ancien 23 months. So if you have not hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do so I can welcome you on board. And then you can also be automatically entered to win this bottle. Again, thank you so much for watching. I have been able to get one more Haitian rum. So this started as a 4-part series and we're going to a 5th bottle, which is also going to be not Clairin, but similar to the Saint-Ange, which I'll put that card up above here so you can watch that one. That one was a delicious blend of different Clairin rums in that area, which is very, very exciting because that one is also aged in not ex-rum barrels, but in ex-cognac barrels. So I know Babancourt, they have cognac barrels in their aging process, so it'll be interesting to compare. Maybe we'll have to do like a Haitian rum off with Babancourt and see which is better. But thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to the next round. Cheers!